All right, I think I got a better angle now, right? I'm back. So, what are we going to talk about today? As soon as I released a video yesterday about Naval Station Everett, I kind of update my videos because after a few months they get old, right? The information has changed or whatever. So I got a question. I have two questions from a service member that's transferring to Naval Base Kitsap, actually PSNS in Bremerton, and another one that's thinking about getting stationed uh, also in Bremerton. So, hey, why not just create another video, right? So here I am again. I just got home, uh, doing my morning rounds, and I thought, hey, you know what, a better way to do it again? Go to my garage and right here in the corner of my shop, and just answer these questions. But before I do that, I might as well just, in the creation of this video, I might as well just talk about basically the location where they're going into, which is Kitsap County, or what they call the Kitsap Peninsula, um, where we have actually, what, one, two, three, four, five naval installations in that conglomeration of commands, which we call Naval Base Kitsap. Now, before I continue, let me just say it this way. I know I do this at the end of every video. I always want to thank our service members that are actively in doing their time, that are doing their service, because without them, us in the retired community would not be able to do what we do now, which is retire. Okay? So I am here kind of putting in the effort to assist our service members with whatever questions they have about their move to the Western Pacific Northwest. Okay, now a good glimpse of Kitsap Peninsula and Naval Base Kitsap. Uh, I googled this at one time, but I don't think this would be appropriate now. Uh, the Pacific Northwest has the third largest fleet concentration in the whole United States, second to Naval Station, which is Norfolk, and Hawaii. So which means we are bigger than San Diego, but if you look at the map, right, it just encompasses a large amount of area. Why is that? I count we have five major naval installations. Three of them is in Kitsap, uh, PSNS, Puget Sound Naval Station, Bremerton, which includes Naval Base Bremerton, uh, Submarine Naval Base Bangor, and Naval Base, the weapons station in Kitsap. Okay, Keyport. Now we also have the Naval Magazine up north in Port Hadlock. We also have the Fuel Depot, the largest, uh, from what I was told, it is the largest fuel depot the military has all across America. That would be in Port Orchard. But the three more notable ones are Naval Subbase Bangor, Keyport Naval Base, and Naval Base Bremerton. And we all know about Bremerton, right? So these two individuals that I'm assisting now that are either moving here or thinking of moving here have all these questions. So I just thought I'm just going to conglomerate all of them into one video, right? Moving here, what is the status of housing, whether it be rentals or a purchase? Let's talk about that first. Now, before you guys even think of Northwest Washington, all right, we have a naval station in Everett, 8 miles south of me. I live in Marysville. A Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island, 53 miles northwest of me. Both of those locations I had been stationed at. And I had been to Bremerton and Bangor so many times during my naval career. I have lost track. And of course, now that I'm assisting service members moving up there, I normally find myself out there. Okay? It's only 40 miles just west of me, but the time duration to travel there is a lot longer because you got to cross the water, or you got to go around down south through a land bridge through Gig Harbor and Tacoma to get there. So if you are thinking of the Pacific Northwest, the first thing you got to consider first is, of course, your command. Okay, Am I going to be happy there with my command? So that is between yourself, what you're looking at, your needs, your wants, and your command. Get a hold of your sponsor. I think there are still sponsors now in the Navy, right? They should be able to get a hold of you. And if they're not able to get a hold of you, or vice versa, if you're not able to get a hold of them, I'm assisting 3 service members in Naval Station Everett. 2 of them have never contacted their sponsor. Figure that out. So I'm like kind of the go-in-between guy, you know? So get a hold of your sponsor, and if you're not able to communicate with them, get a hold of me. Email, call, Facebook, video, YouTube, whatever, right? Secondly is, if you've never been to the Pacific Northwest and you like the outdoors, well, welcome to the outdoor capital of, I think, America, right? I always wanted to retire in San Diego because that was my second duty station. I was stationed there for 5 years. Till I told my family in 1998, hey, why don't we just drive over to Washington? There's a brand new naval base there that just opened, and we drove there and we fell in love. 2 years later, my daughter was born, my second child. My oldest is my boy, and my youngest is my girl. They're still living here with me right now. Well, not here, but they're close by with me, okay? So, upon seeing Western Washington, if you Google map Washington, it is subdivided into 2, eastern and western, via the Cascade Mountain Range. The eastern portion of Washington is a little bit boring because it's all farmland, right? Primarily wheat. As soon as you cross up and down the Cascade Range, heading towards whatever base you're going, it just turns green. It just turns green. Snow-capped mountains, lakes, water, blue water, green water. If you're heading towards where they filmed Top Gun, Maverick, in Cascade National Park, water's green. Yeah. They say it's because of the glacial water that emanates from up in the mountains, and then it reflects from the bottom of the lakes. But it is gorgeous up here. Why am I saying that is, if you like the outdoors, if you like camping, hiking, fishing, water sports, shooting, trail hiking, just exploring the landscape, this is it, right? We even have a 55,000 acre national, 55,000 acre reservation devoted for our military service members if they really like to camp. It's actually a radio station where our ballistic missile submarines gets their information about going on a nuclear strike or something. Okay, but that's besides the point. Now, Naval Base Kitsap on the other side, which is on its own peninsula, right, is basically surrounded on one side by the Olympic National Park and on the other side by the Puget Sound. So if you're really into the outdoors, if you're the outdoorsy kind of person and your family is into it, I say, hey, I'd be the first person to welcome you to the area, right? So I say, go up here, visit the place before you even communicate with anybody. If your intent is to rent a house, I can help you, and it's free information. If your intent is to buy a house, there's, you know what? You don't have to use me. There's 35,000 of us agents in the whole of state, right? But ask me questions on just about anything. Talking about properties, a lot of people, when they see or get stationed or end up PCSing in Bremerton, they start looking in Bremerton. Okay? There's a lot of small town communities in Kitsap that would allow you to probably get what you desire for. What I meant is this, right? That's my neighbor. Revving up is Jaguar. So if you are looking into an area, of course, it has, a lot of people say, okay, I'm going to live in Silverdale, Paulsville, Bremerton, Port Orchard, because the drive is less than 30 minutes. Well, it's getting crowded there now, okay? Just like in any place in the United States. It's amazing because Bangor, you have where we store about 10,000 nuclear warheads, I think. No, about 1,000 to about 1,200 nuclear warheads. right across that where they have the bunkers and we have those nuclear weapons, less than a mile from the main fence line, is actually a road where you have this $800,000 homes on an acre lot. That is amazing, you know. Guess what? You'll have front row seat when you ever get nuked. I'll have front row seats. I'll just show you guys a selfie of me getting nuked. So, there are plenty of available properties here. Plenty. I just looked at the MLS. Okay, you don't have to live in Bremerton because people say, okay, I want to be as close as I can to the main gate. You probably don't want to because properties in any facility that's about a block, about less than a mile of a military establishment is gonna be. It's not gonna be thrifty. It's not gonna be cheap. You can find something like miles away in less than 30 minutes. Okay. One of the secrets that we have here is that people think, okay, I want to go move down to Port Orchard. It's a big Navy community, right? You have to understand too. Look at the map. You go through Port Orchard, it scoots west, then go down southeast on a 2-lane road. And there's only one way in and out of Port Orchard. Try looking a little bit north. Believe it or not, there are plenty of properties in Paulsbo that are below $600,000. There are 26 properties below $500,000 right now. I don't know why. And they're about 12, 13, 1,400 square foot homes. You go further north, all the way to Haynesville, okay, where you have this gorgeous scenery of the Sound and the Hood Canal, and you see the Olympic Mountains, and there are still $700,000 homes. And that's about 30-mile trip to the base, okay? So I say, it's not like San Diego 32nd Street Naval Station where the majority of our sailors are now living in Temecula. More than an hour and a half drive. Okay? So I suggest you do your research. Okay? I can help you if you needed some properties sent to you on different locations. I even have, years ago, I assisted an officer who wanted to live in Gig Harbor. Gig Harbor is a splendid place. That is way south before you get to Tacoma, before you cross the bridge and end up in Tacoma. Okay? So that was years ago. Now, Gig Harbor, I think you can still find $800,000, $900,000 homes there. But you combine the variable of traffic and distance, it's probably not going to be practical, okay? Thirdly, and I'm not just talking about the military here. Kitsap is a military town. I'm sorry, okay? It's like living in Oak Harbor. It's a military community. More than 65% of the total population is either active duty military, the DOD personnel, or retired. Oh, not even the majority of the retired folks. I think that 65% total population is kind of conservative. Let's just say 75% of the population of Kitsap is military related. Okay, so when people say, "Well, I'm trying to find work," maybe Kitsap would not be the most viable place, not unless your job is military related or you want to go to Seattle, which is a ferry ride away. It gets prohibitive on a daily basis when you do that. Okay, think about the general location first. Think about your family, your dependents, how many kids you have. Would North Kitsap area be a better drive for me if I have children that are in the middle school or elementary school, right? That's another topic of conversation. Port Orchard is down south. It's the South Kitsap school system. Paulsbo is north. Silverdale, Bremerton is central. Okay. Now, people also think that, oh, I don't want to live in Bremerton because it's so close to the base. Now, Bremerton is a huge town, right? There are plenty of spots in Bremerton wherein the proliferation is amazing because the new constructions emanating in Bremerton is just getting overpopulated now as compared to Bremerton 30 years ago, right? There's a lot of new constructions being built on the west side, past Highway 3 before you get to 16, okay? There's a lot of new construction in the Tracyton area, in the northern side before you get to Silverdale. There's still a lot of open spaces in Bremerton, believe it or not. So Silverdale might be the place where people really want to live, okay? Or Paulsbo. Paulsbo has actually more properties now in the market than Silverdale. All right? Lastly, let's talk about the weather. People have this misconception that it rains too much in Washington. No. Now, I'm Filipino by birth, right? I have experience. I lived back home in the Philippines for my first 25 years of existence. We average about 20 typhoons a year. And when it rains for 6 to 8 months. Yes. Nothing like Southeast Asian monsoon weather. So you transition now, of course, if you're coming in from San Diego or Norfolk and you talk about rain, a few drizzle here and there, might be a lot of rain. Right? Now, rain here, you actually get more rain in Oregon and Hawaii. So if you're moving in from Hawaii, you get less rain here. Yep, you do. It's currently 68 to 70 degrees right now outside my garage. I can see the sun. Okay, and you just don't see that during summertime. Now, rain here doesn't pour. Rain here is more like a heavy drizzle, and it doesn't last for days. It'll stop after a few hours. You'll get some mist, you'll get some cloudiness, and that's about it. If you want me to describe what weather is in Washington, it gets cloudy, okay? 7, 8 months of the year. You get about a month's worth of summer, if you call it summer. 70 degrees, 80 degrees. Western Washington side, Eastern Washington, it gets hot, 90 degrees plus, okay? And that's why we have a lot of wildfires all over the state, all over the country right now. And in Washington, this time of the year, as compared to the other states, we're getting hit pretty hard, even compared to Oregon and California. California normally gets burnt, half of it, but now it's Washington's turn. Okay, and it's not even that hot here. You know, it's in the high 60s right now. Okay, so, but we'll get that for about a month. By September, it'll all start to, the humidity starts coming up, and the haziness of the clouds starts coming in, and the temperature starts coming down. Okay, so snow, we get snow about once every 3 years now. Over in the Kitsap side, when it snows, you'll probably get about 2 to 2.5 feet. Again, you only get that, you know, the average state snowfall is about once every 3 years. Now you go up to the passes on Highway 2 and Interstate 90. Oh yeah, you get plenty of snow there. Or the top of the Olympic Range, Olympic Peninsula, which is where, you know, just across the border from Kitsap County. Okay, you'll get that too. Unfortunately, for those snowboarders and those skiers, we don't get as much as, I don't know, Lake Tahoe or some other mountain ranges out there between Yellowstone and what's the other one? Grand Canyon, whatever. Okay, I'm not into that, but I love looking at it and love seeing it. My front yard is the Olympic Peninsula. My backyard is the Cascades. So in the middle of summertime, those peaks are still snow-capped. Okay, so hopefully this is just an overview. Okay, the majority of the questions that you're going to have related to your command, you may want to direct it to your sponsors. I can still check. I still know people, especially down near Naval Station Everett. The questions that have been directed to me, I've been asking my folks. I have a service member that's on board the USS Benfold right now, texting me. Probably shouldn't be doing that, right? But if there's information out there that they're not channeling out and they're not sending out or probably censoring, the Russians and the Chinese probably already know the information anyway, right? So no big deal. So again, if you guys have any problems, questions about anything, issues, concerns about the Northwest, let me know. And at least if I don't know the answer to those questions, I'll be able to send you to the right person that knows it. All right? Again, to our men and women out there that are deployed forward or not, doing your time, active duty, hang in there. Especially if you are deployed currently. Okay, we love you. We want you to be home, be safe, and there are people out here waiting back upon your return. You guys take care. It's been a pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to have served. Post.